Hey guys, good afternoon to you, beauties. Listen, I came across a post on Instagram yesterday. Kind of was chillaxing a bit at home, and it was this fairly young guy speaking. Like he seemed to be in his 30s, thereabout, or early to mid 30s or mid 30s. Fairly nice looking, nicely shaped, and so on. By looking at his frame. And he said, "Listen to me, ladies, the ladies who are doing the BBLs, you are not the prized possession as it relates to companionship." No, no, he didn't necessarily, I didn't go into the whole podcast. I saw a fairly good portion, to now come and speak on same. He said, but the lady who he was interviewing was saying, but these are the women that you guys go after. The women with the big butt, the boobs all the way up here and the nice shape. And you know how it goes when you do the different BBLs. And he said, the women that we probably want to just get with for a moment, but not for companionship. Let me tell you something, ladies, men in general, not every single man. Because sometimes when we talk, I hate the fact that we have to go down to the granular level. When we say men, when you hear people speak and sound as if they're speaking in the absolute, they're not really speaking in the absolute. They're going with majority. And the concept majority rules. So they don't have to, sometimes it's just annoying to always qualify that we mean majority or most, not all. Majority, predominantly, primarily, or mainly, whatever you want to say, men like natural women. That is how that is what attracts them. Have you ever noticed men, even though they will like long hair, they like when it's your natural hair. They hate when they say that you're doing the hair, and when they go to feel the bump marks and all of that, like, because they have on the wigs and whatever it is. Probably they prefer even if your head is low cut as opposed to with the wigs and the braids, and it's not necessarily attractive. Even when they're nicely done, that's just not them. You might be attractive if they just meet you and they like you and they see you and they want you and they get into a relationship. As you develop that relationship with him, you might find that he says, "Honey, why you have to put these things in your hair? Why not go natural?" They don't want to see you taking off this, taking off that. They had this little meme going around where the lady's on a bike, and because the bike is moving so fast and the wind is heavy, everything is flying off. Her boobs, her butt, her eyes, her nose, everything is going. And I said, oh my God, it is so sad that social media, with the advent of social media, I'm not saying that people didn't do BBLs, but not as heavy. Because when you look on, and AI is creating even problems, because sometimes I do this, those little play games or whatever you want to call it, and when it don't manufacture you said, no, sir. You can now understand why people go on to BBLs. And naturally, if you, as women, when you go and you see your body, you may have a big belly, your breasts come down, your bottom flat. You see the whaley mark, or some people may have varicose veins, or some people have the stretch marks, and so on. And just a whole ill-shaped look. And they can't deal with it because they say that the men are running after the BBL women, and so on. So they go and they do all kind of transformative mechanism on their body, and later years create problems. Have you noticed? And I'm not saying that this is indicative of BBLs. It can be a combination of a whole host of things. It could be something hereditary, meaning passing down from generation to generation. It could be lifestyle in terms of your diet, in terms of if you don't get enough sleep, drinking a lot of alcohol, not drinking enough water, not having a balanced diet, being stressed out, and doing evil to people. Yes, please know that will cut short your life significantly. It is in the top 2. All right, that's why we tell you to stay away from evil. Feet that is quick to rush to do evil, I'm telling you, you're cutting your life short. You could have eat the best foods, you could have exercised from now till tomorrow. It won't help you. And or even if you live long, it's going to be a painful long life, very painful. And even with all of that, and I'm saying, you see women go and they do the BBLs, you find that it still doesn't bring them joy and happiness. Yes, we have choices. Yes, I can understand when maybe, we're humans. We can make our decisions and do what we want to do. But when it now becomes the order of the day where because I didn't realize with BBLs, I figured it was just a one-stop thing. Like you just do it one time and that's it. I hear that whatever it is that they put in, the foreign matter that they put in your body, some of them you have to change them after 3 years, some after 10 years. Now, if you talk to medical doctors, you noticed that they are not quick to do medical surgeries for people who really need it because of the possibility of opening yourselves to infection and all kinds of malady happening to you, and you don't want that. We have to go back to the days of just exercising. Some of us, God made us with different. There's a reason why maybe you have a flat butt, Maybe if your flat butt is contributory to you living long. We don't know. I'm just using that. I'm just saying that willy-nilly. Your boobs going down, they talk about the slippers, breast and all of that. Maybe it's just, sometimes they talk about maybe you don't have enough water in your body and, your genetics is prone to your boobs coming down. And the reality is as you get older, everything will go drop down. No matter how you do the BBLs and all of that, and after a while you say, was it worth it after all? When I heard, and it's not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third I'm hearing men. This guy who spoke, and the reason why I mention in his aesthetics in terms of his looks, because sometimes if the man doesn't look appealing or what we call universal handsome man, we don't want to hear what he has to say. You would say, boy, should we muggle him, we take anything. No, the guys that I hear speak are men who you probably think, oh, they go after a certain type of woman, some beauty queens and whatnot. Not necessarily so. You see a man's outward appearance, you don't know what is in his heart. He probably prefers to just look at a woman who does have all the different fandangles. You know what I mean? And so on. So I know when I see, if black women understand the natural beauty that is in them. I know the world has created a vitriol from the days of slavery, calling many black people monkeys and homo sapiens and all the negative words. Their actions were rather nefarious. But we have to try our best to rise above that. We have to try our best to rise above that. I'm not saying that people can't do it, but guys, mitigate this constant going and chopping off this or pushing in this and so on. Because I'm telling you, in later years, it may just affect you with this constant foreign matter being placed in your body. That the only thing that God probably expects you to put a food, water in your body and drink. Whether it's a food and water, something edible or some good supplements. And even with the supplements, they tell you not to live on them consistently or incessantly. Be careful, ladies. We have to just find a way to appreciate our bodies. Sometimes when I say, for example, like me, I say, Lord, my belly just big. But a body eating and lack of exercising, maybe lack of daisical sometimes. Had I gone to the gym, not crazy gym, I would do walking and just get myself to discipline myself through bodily exercise. Trust me, the belly would have go down and so forth. And sometimes when I say bad food, every now and again I have this habit of eating cheese tricks and so on. Because sometimes the bad food we eat and all of that consistently. You have to eat a little bad food every now and again, I call it. But ladies, even you hear that even men do it. We have to reach a point where we appreciate our bodies, or it's just pure fake people going to be walking around that nothing on your body is real. Me not even like a doctor much more for go say go they go then cut me up for put in this. I could have been a multi-millionaire, billionaire and all of that. You have to try, you have to I can understand if you have a scar and maybe you have to do we're not going to talk about the extenuating circumstances like something has gone wrong with you. That's a different case. So please don't ask me, I find those like when people say, what if you have a cutter? It's being ridiculous. We're not talking things like that. We're talking about nothing is wrong with you. In God's eyes, even people who love and care about you. Sometimes it's a simple exercise and diet and lifestyle change. I don't like to say diet. How you eat and so on. And with exercise can make you look at least fairly decent. Because we have a fear of God, but we just want a quick way out all the time. Or you want to look like what, what the AI thing created. When you go on the AI and I said, why is it do my body one way? I said, no, sir. I have to tough up my mind. I said, no, sir. And just go hit the gym and all of that. Go exercise, keep and whatnot. And there are people who will appreciate. Not everyone will like that particular shape. It's not every man like it, with the big butt and the big boobs and not. You'll be surprised. Some of them like this, man talk about the straight men. The straight, when the straight body and all of that. Just slender and you have men who just prefer that. You better believe it. Men who are built, you'd be surprised. Don't assume that that's what they like. Not necessarily. Ladies and men have spoken for years. They prefer natural generally. You gotta have the one and two, don't mind the fake. So be careful, please. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message. Thanks.